I missed my guitar. I've had a pretty busy trip recently, which I'm glad about. But all of things, the things I missed the most was the guitar. Man, it's hard to explain, but every time when I pick it up, it's a great pleasure for me, and I suddenly didn't have it quite time, and it was very noticeable for me. The design of this guitar is from 50s and a little changed in 60s. It's been about 70 years, and personally I still like it a lot. Something have to stay the same, I guess. It's amazing that something done well once can pass such a great test of time and still be relevant now. I thought that the best thing I could give this instrument in return is to let it sound the tune of those years, the 60s, when the design was starting to resonate in the hands of many musicians. You know, to get better feel of that era, I tried listening to radio broadcasts from that era. Some of them are not badly preserved and are in the public domain. Sports, music, news, talk shows.
You've never seen any car to compare. With the brand new Mark Daytona Wagoneer. The roof slides open in a flash. Step drops down, you step in. The sky is the limit.
We'll be back to check the line score of tonight's game and a word about tomorrow's game in just a minute. Coming up now, a musical pitch with an interesting switch.
Well, the feeling at the State Department seems to be that the Russians are quite serious. There was apparently a great debate within the Kremlin before this latest proposal this morning. The feeling is the Russians are now prepared to go ahead with serious negotiations. There is some encouragement at the decision in Moscow to send Kuznetsov to New York. Our people feel somewhat more adaptable, more flexible perhaps than Mr. Zori, the place he was taken.
Why would Khrushchev suddenly do this after being so fairly confident always? Why suddenly change the mission?
Well, it's very hard to read anybody's mind. It's hard for me, it's hard for the Secretary of State. I think the feeling here is that the Soviet Union, in the last few days, became very keenly aware of the determination of President Kennedy to see this thing through, and if necessary, to risk a nuclear war.
Here it's been about 17 years and the guitar design hasn't changed so much. Is it a kidding? But according to the news, it's like not so much has changed also. Countries still can't come to an agreement as well. It's like we haven't made much progress. It's like the past is closer than it seems. Some things have to change, don't they? It's like the music has won back in the day. It's like the voices of the hippies were heard. Now I would change the famous line in a little bit, and instead of make love, I would say make music. See you soon. Bye.